There is a growing fear, I think, in this country that we are moving toward what some would call an oligarchic form of society, where a small number of very, very wealthy billionaires control, to a significant degree, our economic and political life. Would you be so kind as to tell us how much money your family has contributed to the Republican Party over the years?
I wish I could give you that number. I don't know.
I have heard the number was 200 million. Does that sound in the ballpark? But do you think if you were not a multi-billionaire, if your family has not made hundreds of millions of dollars of contributions to the Republican Party, that you would be sitting here today?
In the 1990s, in the wake of the Soviet Union's collapse, Tillerson came here as part of Exxon's effort to be an early mover in this oil-rich land.
I have a very close relationship with him. I don't agree with everything he's doing.
Rex Tillerson has worked with Russian President Vladimir Putin since 1999, negotiating billion-dollar oil deals that benefited both Exxon and state-owned Russian energy giant Rosneft. Tillerson said earlier this year that their relationship was strictly business.
But I'm not here to represent the United States government's interest. I'm not here to defend it, nor am I here to criticize it. That's not what I do. I'm a businessman.
Tillerson's extensive and long-standing ties with Russia mean that the United States of America simply cannot trust him to be a strong advocate for the interests of our country.
But what I do know is that he has vast connections with governments all over the planet. It's not the case that Exxon is a Russia-centric.
But they're business connections, Michael. They're business connections for a for-profit venture. These are not connections on behalf of the American people, nor do they speak to any foreign policy experience whatsoever.
Based on all this information and what's publicly in the record about what's happened in Aleppo and the Russian military, you are still not prepared to say that Vladimir Putin and his military have violated the rules of war and have conducted war crimes in Aleppo.
Now, those are very, very serious charges to make, and I would want to have much more information before reaching a conclusion. I understand there is a body of record in the public domain. I'm sure there's a body of record in the classified domain. And I think in order to deal with a serious question like this,
Mr. Tillerson, what's happened in Aleppo is in the public domain. The videos and the pictures are there.
Fully informed before advising the president.
Well, I encourage you. There is so much information out there about what's happened in Aleppo, leaving the Chechen issue aside. What happened there is clearly documented as well. There's so much information out there. It should not be hard to say that Vladimir Putin's military has conducted war crimes in Aleppo, because it is never acceptable, you would agree, for a military to specifically target civilians, which is what's happened there through the Russian military.
You know, I said that about a week ago, and I didn't like it that much. Didn't sound that great, and the whole world picked it up. So it shows you what I know.